Let me get this right. You need a girl for hotel nights. You need a girl for freak offs, right? You need a girl for King's night. You need a girl in your life. You need a girl for everything. You need a girl your staff will bring. You need a girl, but let's not forget one thing. You need a male for prostituting. I just hope that they get this right. Send you to prison for the rest of your life. Sit and think, become somebody's wife. And let's not forget, the feds are taking everything. A girl for hotel nights. You need a girl for freak offs, right? You need a girl for King's night. You need a girl and also get light. Day 24 of the P.Diddy trial. Now, a lot happened in today's hearing, but before they can get to any of the hearing, they have to talk about jury number 6. Now, on Friday, the judge went ahead and pretty much made his decision on where he was going with jury number 6, but the defense raised a question about, because I guess of their area not having a lot of black people on the jury, they raised that as a concern for Diddy, saying that if you remove him off the jury, then he won't have a fair chance. And then over the weekend made it known that if the judge did go through with removing jury number 6, that they will again file for a mistrial because it will be unjust to P. Diddy. Man, I swear, this is the most mistrialing team I ever seen in my life. And that's because they cannot win. R.I.C.O has already been proven. It was proven long ago, but baby, they are reeling that thing in as of now. But the judge went ahead and told him, because of what they said on Friday about the race card, that he will think about it on the weekend, what he decided. Well, today's Monday, June 16th. 2025. And when court got started, the judge went ahead and let it be known that his decision stood and that jury number 6 was going to be removed from the jury. And it was because of candor. It was basically because of trust and honesty, the ability to communicate themselves clearly and effectively, because they feel like they might get hung up with their communication skills since they weren't able to relay something just as simple as, where do you live? It was just too many variables when it came to that. And in fact, this particular juror was a correctional officer. So they should have had some type of knowledge of the law as to what they shouldn't and should do. Well, just a little. Sure, they don't know all the laws, but they should have known never, ever mistakenly or half mistakenly lie to a federal court that you could possibly get in trouble with. Now, they're not deeming this as if he just outright lied, but they're saying that he wasn't clear with his statement. So therefore, we don't want any misinterpretations on how this particular juror feel. So we're just going to go ahead and remove him from the stand. And that's what they did. Well, so there is the thing, whether or not they're going to try for another mistrial or not. Well, time will tell. Now, when they did start this whole thing, the judge made sure he let them know, you are not going to make this about race, because this trial is not about race. Right? Now, the next person that was on the alternative jury selection was a white male. So he was placed in place of juror number 6. Now, while all this stuff was going on, another juror decided to make mention of a text message that they had received from someone asking them, are you juror number 6 that they're getting ready to remove? And so that juror basically brought it to the attention of the judge, and the judge made it aware to the defense and to the prosecution what had been said about this particular juror that was possibly juror number 6. But what he inadvertently did was left a question in everybody's mind. Are you talking to someone outside of this courthouse when you're instructed that although you can go home, you are not to talk to anyone? So why would anybody send you a text about being juror number 6? So while they are deliberating on that, on whether or not they're going to release this particular juror, who happily is not a black male, they are going to make a decision whether or not to release him. Now remember, there are 6 alternative jurors in addition to the regular jurors, just in case something happens, they fall ill, something like this happened, and they have a discrepancy where they got to kind of get rid of them, or anything happened. They have 6 alternative jurors set to the side. Well, the next juror that is up to possibly replace this particular juror that may or may not have spoken to someone outside of this courthouse about the trial is a black man. So there goes that whole thing. It's unjust, because if they get rid of him and put him back on, well, we're back to being where we were. Okay? So let's keep this where it needs to be. And it is about the crimes that have been committed by P.Diddy's organization and P.Diddy's instruction to tell them to do this and to do that, and the crimes that was committed on these victims. Now, we're going to dabble into that just a little bit more, but the government, in addition to discussing this, called a government expert summary witness to the stand. Now, what that is basically is someone who is a government official that is standing in for someone that either already, there's reading Texas for someone who already took the stand, or they're speaking on for someone who's involved in it, far as a co-conspirator, or the defense themselves. Like, in order for this expert witness to be able to even read these text messages to make sure that and be able to present them to the court, they have to be talking about somewhere in that text message about either someone that already took the stand, the defense who is trying to stay out of prison, or a co-defendant or a co-conspirator. Basically, somebody that may get charged with additional crimes in injunction to this case. So this person, as expert witness, actually took the stand and read messages from a seized cell phone from KK, who hadn't took the stand yet, but is considered a co-conspirator to Diddy, and Diddy's cell phone. And so, therefore, because it was obtained through a seize of their property, it is legally obtained and by a subpoena. So the messages that they get on or from the cell phone is not hearsay. It's actual legal evidence that can be used. And the expert summary witness is the one who is actually giving this information to the courts. Now, on one of those particular text messages that was from KK to Diddy, telling him that KK basically was telling Diddy that he seemed like he was lying about a particular situation of theirs. And if he was lying about the situation, there will be an issue with their situation as far as her working for him. Now, she did mention that on one of the text messages. And also on one of the text messages, there was Jane, who made a statement to KK that she was feeling like she was being coerced into doing the hotel nights, and she was being taken advantage of by P. Diddy. Another message that was discussed in there was Jane basically telling KK that she didn't no longer wanted to do these hotel nights because it was getting violent with them. And this was in November 22nd, 2023. 2 weeks before Cassie filed a lawsuit about what happened to her in her hotel visit. So now all these text messages are being read out to the courtroom for everybody to hear, showing the organizational things that are actually happening within P. Diddy's organization. And one bombshell that was dropped was from a staff member that was an accountant from Combs Global that was over the TriStar account. She was a accountant from this, and she was basically asking him on this text message to approve DRUGS and materials that were needed for the hotel nights, freak-offs, or King's Night, however you want to call them, from the business account in the text message transaction. And basically, P. Diddy said in the text message, he approves for them to use the business fund for this transaction. RICO has been established, and the nails are in the coffin for Diddy. It actually had been established a while back, but this is showing actual proof and evidence that they have as to the RICO. The government basically obtained records, financial records, account records, emails, text messages from Diddy devices and his cell phone from him and his staff members. They also talked about, well, before I get on that, those accounts and emails and messages and all showed the common goal within the organization. Not that the organization gained any monetary value from it, but they gained a common goal for helping Diddy to do what he wanted to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be a profit gained, but just a common goal obtained in the organization. The organization being Combs Global International, and also being Bad Boy Entertainment, all where P. Diddy is the one who is over all of it and who's giving everybody these demands. So it is definitely being proven, as well as it was also shown from this accountant, Robin, that he was using money. Jules Theodore was paid by the accountant, Robin, under the business account to transport prostitutes from New York to Miami for the freak-offs, hotel, King's Nights, out of the business accounts that Diddy approved. Ringer. If you didn't see RICO then, you definitely see RICO now. And everything, what the government is also trying to do is everything that was seized or obtained through the enterprise will be taken, including everything under anybody's name, including his children and his mother. They're all gone. Everything will be confiscated. And out of these business accounts, they also paid for prostitution to be flown out to Diddy. They basically proved transportation of prostitution across state lines. So yeah, RICO, y'all, have been established before, but it has definitely been proven, but based off of the evidence that they are allowing to come in. On top of, from not just what Diddy have done, but what KK, D-Rock, Robin, and other staff members that helped him, along with arson and kidnapping. And anybody that did not have immunity face jail time. It's no longer a personal sexual offense, but RICO and he will serve time. Y'all drop your comments at the bottom so we can discuss. What do y'all think about today's revelation? And this is just basically a summary of what happened. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. I will meet you in the comment section so that we can talk. We can talk and discuss how we feel this case is. Do you feel that they have proven their RICO? Do you feel that there's some way he can slide up out of this? Or do you believe that the defense is really and truly relying on those mistrials to get their client out of the pickle that he has found himself in? I hope y'all checked out that video at the beginning of this video, where I did this a little song or a remake of "You Need a Girl." Yeah, that's why I made this for this particular video right here, where the bombshell has been boom, boom. It has been exploded, and P. Diddy is going down. Go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. And as always, be your brothers and your sisters' keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.